Welcome back to class. Super Saiyan Sarah here today with the Con-Goers Guide to a Healthy Spine. This is a series inspired by your full convention journey from Con Crunch all the way through to that final moment at the hotel where we've finished our weekend and we are exhausted. So I have a series of videos that you can take with you as we kick off convention season to help you stay energized, stretched, mobile, and just overall feeling good for your very exciting but sometimes very physically taxing convention weekend. Our first video is about Con Crunch. So as we know, Con Crunch is probably the most stressful part of the whole convention journey. It can be very stressful. We are sitting at desks for long periods of time, frozen in positions for long periods of time. It can really throw our body out of whack. So please enjoy this gentle stretching series that will just kind of give you a big reset so that you can decompress and return to your work in a better mindset. All right, we're lying down on our mat. I'm gonna separate my feet mat width distance apart, and I'm gonna take my arms long overhead, and we're gonna start with a long yawning stretch. So find what feels good. I'm gonna do the anti-Pilates thing and let you kind of arch the back up off the mat. You can shrug the shoulders towards the ears, maybe punch the knuckles towards the back wall, flex or point your feet. Just take a really long, refreshing stretch, finding a little bit more length back in the body, especially if we've just come from the desk or in a lot of situations for me, working on the floor in a very uncomfortable position. Options here, arms can stay overhead. You can take them out to your sides like a T. You can bend at the elbows for cactus, wherever they're comfortable. I'm gonna go a bit out to the side today because I really need some chest opening. And I'm gonna bring my feet in, feet the width of the mat still, so a bit of a wider stance. We're gonna go for a little hip mobility drill. So keeping the shoulders down on the mat, you're just gonna gently lower the knees towards the right side of the mat. We find a nice gentle twist. You might feel a little stretch in the quad on the left side and the hip. And then you come through center and we go to the other side. We're gonna take this a few more times. So on your exhale, transition to the one side, inhale when you get there, and then change again. This is a nice gentle way to just open the hips. And then from here, we can start to add on. So from here, we'll windshield wiper the legs to the right side of your mat. Now that right leg is gonna stay heavy towards the floor. I want you to work your rotation of that left leg. Find that rotation right at the top of your thigh bone, like it's a doorknob turning open. And you wanna see how far you can open that left leg before the right leg has to follow and join it back on the other side. So we're kind of teasing that transition. You wrap the inner thigh, you open up, you'll feel a nice stretch, but also an engagement of your glutes and your hip mobility muscles. Let's take that 2 more times. Don't forget to breathe. Last time. Now hang out here on the right side, take the right ankle and drape it right over the thigh of the left leg. Not on the knee though, we want to be slightly above. This is going to give you a little extra weight to give you a little bit more length in this twist. Now breathe into your left side body. Try to send air to the area being stretched. Gently take the leg away, transition to the other side. And we take that left ankle right above onto the thigh. And now you've probably noticed that I've changed my arm position a lot as we've moved through this. This is about finding stretch and length again. So as you hang out in these positions for more static stretching, you'll start to soften more and relax into the stretches, and you might be able to go a little deeper. And then gently release that leg, come back through center. Take a quick hug of the knees into your chest. They can be zipped together or wide towards your shoulders. And you're gonna rock a little bit side to side, maybe rock the head side to side, release that neck. Take a couple of circles along the back. And then bring each hand to your respective knees, one hand on each knee. You're gonna circle your legs away from each other. This is another gentle stir in the hip joint. And I find, especially after long periods of sitting, this is a very simple but effective way to just release the hip flexors. And now reverse the circle. All right, from here, you're gonna plant your feet onto the mat. Feet are gonna be inner hip width distance apart, so finding the bony landmarks of your hips and following that line, that's gonna be where we place the feet. If you lift your head, neck, and shoulders up and can just graze your heels of your feet, that's where we wanna be set up for our bridging series. So for our shoulder bridge, this is gonna be an articulated bridge. So that means we're going to take each piece of the spine up bone by bone. Arms can be down by your side. If you've done shoulder bridges before and want to play with the arms overhead for more stretch, you are welcome to do so. Scoop the abdominals, lift the hips, lower back, middle back. Maybe we come all the way up into our shoulder bridge. We're looking for a long diagonal line here. So abs draw down, pelvis lifts to the ceiling, so that mid back is supported. Now from here, you lower down the way you came. Get that upper back down, middle back, lower back, and tail. Let's take that 2 more times. I'm gonna bring my arms overhead. Tuck the tail, lift the hips. Long thigh bones over the legs. Lower back down. This last time we'll lift up and hold. Now from here, bring your hands to interlace underneath you. So you'll open your shoulders a little bit. Press the pinky side edge of your hands down to the mat and open your chest. Find a little chest opener in this bridge. And we're gonna breathe here 3 breaths. Big inhales and exhales. Keep your hips lifted. Bring your hands back down by your sides and slowly roll down out of your bridge. And then let's return to stillness with the sacrum heavy on the mat. So arms are long by your side, heels together, toes apart in our Pilates stance. All you're gonna do is straighten your legs to the ceiling. Now, I don't care how straight they go. They can stay as straight-ish as they are, but we're just looking to get a little bit of stretch and a little bit of length in the back of the leg. So just meet yourself where you're at. And then bend your knees, bring it back in. Straighten the legs towards the ceiling and hold. And with this, I don't want you to tuck the tailbone here. Keep that sacrum heavy. And then bend your knees, bring it back in. One more time like that, we're gonna lengthen and hold. From here, bend the knees into your chest. Take the left leg down to the floor. Take the right leg to the ceiling. So from here, you can grab behind your thigh, calf, or ankle, wherever you are at today. If you need the assistance of a band under the ball of your foot to help with this stretch, please grab one and use that. Now from here, we're just gonna take a couple of leg circles with this leg towards the ceiling. So point the toes, bring the arms down by your side, and you're just gonna take little circles on the ceiling. Try to keep your pelvis down and stable. And then reverse your circle. This left leg can also be long on the mat. This will give you an added hip extension stretch. From here, bend that right knee back into your chest, single leg hip circle, and I'm fine if the hips lift a little bit for this. We'll take this into our supine twist. So if you do have the leg bent, stretch it long on the mat. You take that right knee across your body. If you'd like to add on that long leg on the mat can bend, you grab onto the foot and you add a quad stretch. Squeeze the glute slightly of that left leg. Turn your gaze away from the right leg. To come out of this, slowly release the long leg to the mat. Come back through center. That right leg bends down towards the mat. We take that left leg into our hands. And if you feel like you're straining your shoulders to grab onto your leg, just come lower. Now from here, we'll go for a few leg circles. So you release the hands and we're just gonna move in that hip socket once more with the straight leg to the ceiling. You'll definitely feel a little abdominal work here. Once again, that leg can be bent on the mat or long on the mat. And then reverse your circle. Trying to keep the pelvis stable, the hips aren't doing a dance. And then we bend the knee into the chest. Take a couple of hip circles here. If the straight leg circles feel a little too challenging, take them here with the leg bent. We'll turn this into our supine twist. So the left leg comes across the body. You work to keep the shoulders down. So this is less about the knee coming all the way to the mat and more about keeping the shoulders down. If you'd like to go for the quad stretch, bend that leg in and enjoy this twist wherever it is today. Release that leg, come back through center, hug the knees into your chest, and you are ready to get back to it. Get back to it, go to bed, please get some sleep. This has been your routine. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought, and check out the other videos in the series. Stay awesome. I look forward to seeing you at a convention soon, and enjoy, have fun. Bye. Welcome back to class. Super Saiyan Sarah here today with the Con-Goer's Guide to a Healthy Spine. This is a series inspired by your full convention journey from Con Crunch all the way through to that final moment at the hotel where we've finished our weekend and we are exhausted. So I have a series of videos that you can take with you as we kick off convention season to help you stay energized, stretched, mobile, and just overall feeling good for your very exciting but sometimes very physically taxing convention weekend. Our second video is about traveling. So whether you're flying, taking a train, driving, there's a lot of highs and lows, can be very taxing on the body. So enjoy this series that you can not only do waiting for your mode of transportation, but also I've included some seated exercises that you can do while you're traveling to just keep the body a little loose and feeling a little less tight as you travel. All right, so we're gonna start with our standing series. This is great for when you're waiting at the terminal, you're waiting at the bus stop, you're waiting at the train platform, you're waiting outside on the driveway for your friend to pick you up, just to pass the time and to get a little bit of hip mobility, leg mobility, stretching in before we are forced into a tiny little seat for an extended period of time. So let's jump right in. All right, I like to start with a little sidekick series, which is inspired by our Pilates mat series. This is a series of leg movements to help with your hip strength and mobility. You can also get a little added balance challenge when you do them standing. So I'm gonna face this way so you can get a better view. My feet are in a comfortable parallel or slightly turned out position. Hands can be to your hips. They can be behind your head. If you have something secured that you can hold on to help with balance, you can do that as well. We're gonna start with the right leg, and we're just gonna start with some gentle leg swings. We're not gonna be too concerned about form yet. Just get the leg awoken to the idea that we're gonna start doing some movement in a different way than we already have been. And now start to control it. You wanna keep the foot flexed, and you want to draw the leg forward and back, thinking about lifting the abdominals, squeezing the glute on the way back, and trying to stay as lifted and unmoving as possible so the leg can move freely. For 2. Last time, we'll bring the leg back to center. Now you go out to the side and bring it back in. I'm going straight out to the side, so my leg is parallel. We can also play with the turnout, so now my leg is turned out. So you get slightly different work with each. Let's add circles. Parallel the leg. we draw 5 circles here, 5. Little baseball size. And reverse. Keep lifting your abdominals. Lower down, take a moment, breathe. You can also do this with external rotation and pointing the toe. Let's try this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle. 3 to 5 reps is enough. Lower down, shake it out. From here, let's go straight to the other side. And I'm already feeling pretty warm. So taking those gentle leg swings, try not to fall over. And then slowly gradate in to controlling it. The leg will not go crazy far back. That's totally fine. This is more about controlling the full body experience of this. Keep pulling the waist in, grow taller as the leg moves. Lower the leg down, we go out to the side in parallel. And really press out of that standing leg. Create space between your ribs and your hips. Turn the leg out. Keep lifting. Parallel the leg, we go circles. 5, 4, 3, keep lifting. Reverse your circle. 3, 2, and 1. Now point the toe, go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle. I find the standing leg gets more work. Lower the leg down, shake it on out. Let's get a larger global hip movement going. Once again, hands can stay on the hips. They can kind of go anywhere. I'm just gonna take a step forward with my left foot, take a big circle of that right leg, and then change sides. So I'm going across and out, really enjoying the stretch I get, but finding the control to move through my range of motion with good technique. Our hips are gonna tighten up instantly when we travel, so we wanna give them the best shot we've got. Reverse your circle, so you go out and around, and out and around. Sometimes doing the reverse is harder. You can also add steps. I'm doing it standing in place, but you can also kind of turn this into a little box step. One more time. Shake it on out, take your legs into a wide, comfortable stance. Arms come out to a T, side bend over to one side, and then come all the way back up. Now twist to that side and come back through center. Side bend over and come up and twist. This time side bend and hold. Option to stay here, or you can add a little pulse. Gentle pulse. Come back through center. We deepen our twist by reaching towards the foot. So now we take a half twist, half forward fold fusion. Option to bend the opposite leg and straighten it a few times. We'll come back up to center and do the other side. So you side bend over, enjoy that stretch, or you can add a little gentle pulse. And then twisting towards that leg, maybe bending and straightening it a little bit. Instead of coming up to tall, find a forward fold. If you don't want to touch the dirty ground, you can grab onto your ankles and drop your head. And slowly roll all the way up. We'll end with a quad stretch, grabbing on to your right ankle or foot and enjoying this quad stretch here. If you need to hold on to something to help with balance, go ahead. Please lock your suitcase if you're gonna hold your suitcase. Please and thank you. Squeeze the glute of the bent leg, that'll send your hip more into extension, and press out of that standing leg like we did in the leg series. And then lower down, changing sides. Once again, we wanna think flat front of the hip here. If we're more angled, we're not gonna get any stretch. So you wanna think knee hugs the center, long thigh bone, squeeze the glute of that bent leg, and draw the heel close to your seat. Combination of all those things will optimize your stretch. Lower the leg down, shake it out. And this is something that I like to do 2 or 3 times, sometimes back to back, Sometimes if I'm getting a little bored waiting for my mode of transportation to arrive, I'll incorporate it in while I'm waiting. So this is a great little series you can do while you're standing. Let's get to the sitting portion. See you there. All right, let's get to our seated series. We're gonna first set up for success with a perfectly tall sit position. So what do I mean by that? You wanna be seated right on top of those sits bones. So those are those bony landmarks in your booty. You wanna feel like you're seated right on top of those. From there, we wanna think about the ring of the hips, ring of the ribs, and ring of the crown of the head lining up like concentric circles. So it's easy to kind of relax into maybe a scooped position or lean forward or be slightly asymmetrical, favoring one side over the other. We want to find as center as possible, feeling right on top of those sits bones. And then in order to find that stack, we really have to activate our abdominals, because once we let it go, we can kind of fall into these more extreme shapes. So feel your abdominals pull in and up, feeling the rib cage close slightly in the front so that we're not splaying the chest. And so we have our nice long neutral position. My spine still has natural curves in it, but we've removed the extremes from the shape. In this position, you're gonna feel your abs working. It's not easy to sit with proper posture. You're also gonna feel really light on your seat. We never wanna feel like we're bearing down or pressing into the seat. You almost wanna feel like the sits bones are coming together and lifting up. So there's a little bit of that infinite lengthening towards the ceiling here. And that's your tall sit position. We're gonna maintain that as we move through our neck stretches. So to start, hands can be anywhere. You're gonna drop the chin towards your chest, being in that tall sit position, and enjoy the stretch in the back of the neck. Then we're gonna take the head behind us, lifting the nose to the sky, feeling a lot of stretch in the front of the neck. And then fold chin to chest, option to bring the hands behind the head and drop the elbows towards the face. Just let gravity take this shape. You're not gonna force it down, this is enough stretch. Keep your lift in your posture. And then coming back up, if you have room, you can even open the chest a little bit here as you pull the back of your neck long and lower back down. You can take a few more reps of that or move on. We're gonna lower our right ear to our right shoulder and just enjoy that stretch in the side of the neck. Come back through center and change sides. Left ear to left shoulder. And be mindful of the shoulders staying down the back. We don't wanna lift them. We lose out on the stretch. Come back through center. We go back right ear, right shoulder. Now from here, you can take some gentle nods of the chin up and down in this side position. Start small and then increase the range of motion as you see fit. This can be a very sensitive area, so please be mindful. This is not about hitting certain milestones or certain shapes. It's just about finding a little stretch and release in the neck. Return the ear to the shoulder and then turn your gaze down towards your armpit. You're gonna get a big stretch in this muscle that's called the sternocleidomastoid. Crazy name for a muscle. Return back to that side bend. We come up and do the same thing on the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. You can take gentle nods. One side might be significantly tighter, totally normal. Keep lifting the spine. And then turn your gaze towards your armpit. Come back through center, come all the way up to tall. Take 3 head circles in each direction, and I want you to think about drawing a circle with your nose. Changes the dynamic of the circle a little bit. And then reverse. You can close your eyes or keep them open. I find I get dizzy when my eyes stay open. Come all the way up to tall. Working our way to our shoulders. Let's start with a couple of shoulder circles. So you're just gonna gently roll the shoulder blades on the back. And work to keep the spine pretty still here. We wanna isolate those shoulders. And then reverse. Now from here, if you have the room, you can bring your arms in front of you, and we're gonna take a little serratus push-up. You're going to slide your shoulder blades away from each other and send the arms a little bit forward, and then squeeze them behind you. You can also play with keeping the elbows bent if you are short on space. Try that one more time. Once again, just isolating the shoulder. My torso isn't moving. Lower the arms down. Take another few shoulder circles. From here, let's take the right arm across the body. Hook with the left, and then find your shoulder stretch. Drop this shoulder, right shoulder away from your ear. You'll get more stretch, I promise. And then release the stretch. We'll go for a tricep stretch. Hand comes behind you. Elbow can be supported by the opposite hand. You can also interlace behind if that mobility and space is available for you. And then we release and go to the other side, left arm. Once again, you can do this whole routine or you can take pieces of it, transitioning to triceps based on how much space you have. And then lower down, shake it out. We'll do a little cat-cow spinal wave here. So hands can come to the hips or gently in front of you by your knees. We're gonna do the thing that I said that we weren't gonna do to start with. So we're gonna move through the spine a little bit. You're going to drop the chin, round the spine, find a little bit of a cat back here. I'm fine if the shoulders separate as long as they're not up by the ears. And then from here, you're gonna come through that round shape, lift your abdominals, send your sternum through your shoulders into a little extension. Now we're not dumping into the back here. I want you to think long lower back and lifting more of that upper back more than the lower back. 2 more times like that. Round, enjoy the tilt of the pelvis. Scoop the abdominals out and then come all the way back up. 1 more time. And come all the way back up. Find your long neutral position once more. We move into a little side bend. So hands are in front of you. They can cross in front of you as well. If you have the room to take one arm up to the ceiling, go ahead. You're gonna tip at the waist over to the right, maintaining even weight in both hips so we don't take the hip with us. And then come all the way back up, change sides. And lead with your abdominals, not with your head. Come back through center, 1 more time each side. Last time. Add a little twist, rotate atop your pelvis, just the ribs twist, and then come back through center. And rotate. And center. Inhale, lengthen, ribs away from the hips. Exhale, grow taller as you twist. 1 more time, inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist. Grow longer and taller, trying to keep those hips square. Come back through center, hands come down, similar to our head circles. Take a couple of spinal circles. Space dependent, obviously. These can be as big or as small as what's available to you. And flush it out. Come back through center, hands come to your hips or to your sides. We're gonna play with the little hip mobility here. We're gonna play with the little hip flexor exercise. All you're gonna do is plant your feet onto the ground. I have to move a little bit. And you're gonna keep the lift of your spine nice and long and tall. And all you're gonna do is take that right leg and lift it up. Try not to change anything and lower it back down. And change sides. You lift the opposite leg up, keeping the lift in your spine. Lower back down. Let's do that 2 more times. You lift the right leg and lower and left and lower. Continue taking more of these reps or we add a little extended hold. Take that right leg lifted up, hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower it down and change. Lift up, hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. One more time each side. Lift up, hold. So we're really working our posture here and our hip flexors. Last time. Lift up, hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. From here, you can take one leg up if you have the space. Take a little seated forward fold with the leg over. And then take the leg long. Maybe hands can come behind. Maybe you just lift the leg up and give a little circle to your ankle. Move your toes. And then changing sides. Figure 4. And then releasing, taking a little circle and movement of the toes. From here, you can roll the shoulders back up, and then that's your series. You can do this a couple times during the trip. If you need to get up and walk around, you can take these standing as well. You can play with a little lift and lower of the legs, or a little chest or head circle, open up and not get too tight from the trip. I hope this was helpful. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay awesome. Bye. Welcome back to class. Super Saiyan Sarah here today with the Con-Goer's Guide to a Healthy Spine. This is a series inspired by your full convention journey from Con Crunch all the way through to that final moment at the hotel where we've finished our weekend and we are exhausted. So I have a series of videos that you can take with you as we kick off convention season to help you stay energized, stretched, mobile, and just overall feeling good for your very exciting but sometimes very physically taxing convention weekend. Our third video is inspired by getting to the hotel and needing something to just mind-body reset after a long day of traveling, after unpacking, just a way to kind of reset the nervous system so that we can go to bed and wake up refreshed for the next day. So please enjoy. All right, so in our child's pose position, you have your toes together, heels apart behind you. My knees are the width of the mat. I would like you to take a wider child's pose today if you can. So from here, you're gonna walk your hands forward. You're gonna keep the fingertips long, and you're just gonna drop your forehead to the mat. You can also kind of rock side to side on one shoulder and then go to the other. We're gonna add a little tricep stretch to this. So option, you can walk your elbows in a little closer towards each other. You're gonna bend your elbows, and you have a couple of hand options here. You can make a fist with one hand, cup it with the other. You can fold the hands with long fingers. You can also bring the palms to face you. You're gonna drop your head back through into your child's pose, and then bring the hands behind your head. Really send your chest through, and you'll feel a slightly different stretch more into the triceps. Especially when you inhale, really breathe into the areas that we're stretching. It helps lengthen the muscles. Once again, you can kind of rock forward and back a little bit here. Let that feel good. All right, from here, reach the arms long. Walk yourself back up to a more upright position, and we're gonna transition to quadruped. So this is your all fours position. Your knees are over your hips, your shoulders are over your wrists. We're gonna go for a couple of cat-cow spinal waves. So on your next inhale, you're going to drop your booty up to the ceiling. You're gonna send your chest through. Really pull your abs in here too. We don't wanna just dump into the back. It kind of hurts a little bit. So think that you're pulling your navel almost up towards your spine and also up towards your sternum here in this little bit of extension. And then on your exhale, you'll round the spine. Feel like you're gonna draw the heels of the hands and the hip points together, and then you lift your abdominals to get them out of the way. 2 more times like that. And dropping. You can close the eyes if that feels good. And then contracting, finding that rounding. 1 more time here, and I'll give you a couple more options to play with. Finding your cat. I sometimes like to rock forward and back on the wrists. You can also turn this into a bit of a pelvic clock. Send the hips into a circle and take the head in the opposite direction. Just getting mobility back where we can. Bending the elbows is fine. And then reversing. All right, from here, sit back on your heels once more. Find a quick little child's pose. And then return back to that quadruped position. Let's thread the needle. Right arm comes up, twist. Send the arm through. Find a little twist here. You can reach that arm long to the mat. Draw the shoulders down your back. Keep the hips square. Once again, if you have a small space where the arm maybe can't be straight, keeping it bent here, totally fine. You can also add a little bind, taking the arm behind you like so. And then unthread your needle, find your twist, and come back through center. Let's come to our quadruped once more. We're gonna add on a little hip mobility. So from here in your quadruped position, setting it up, toes can be tucked or they can be long on the mat. I'm gonna probably interchange between both. We're gonna go for a little fire hydrant donkey kick situation. You're going to take your right leg and you're gonna lift the thigh bone up behind you and then lower it back down. Take that 2 more times. Last time. Now from here, you're gonna draw it forward. You're gonna think thigh to chest and bring it back down, tap. Thigh to chest, bring it down, tap. 1 more time. Now from here, we go to the side. This is the worst one. You're gonna take the leg out to the side and bring it back in. It feels great though. And we just do 3 because 3 is enough. Now we do it on the other side. Donkey kick back. Keep pulling your waist in. Find that length that we just found in that side bend here. Hip bones reach long away from the ribs. Now we slide the thigh in towards the chest. 2. Working to stay nice and square. And now we go fire hydrant out to the side. My left hip is so weak. Doesn't matter if I do extra reps on it. It's always this weak. Tuck your toes under. Come to sit back on your heels. So this is an intense stretch for the feet, but after a whole day of traveling, we need to give our feet some love. If this feels way too intense, you can always shift your weight forward and then play with slowly bringing yourself back onto your heels or kind of coming in and out of it. We're gonna return back to that quadruped. We're gonna turn that movement that we just did, those 3 sections, into a circle. So from here, you're going to take the leg, right leg, that's what we'll do, right leg first. You're gonna lift it back behind you, circle it to the front, bring it back down. Really circling in that hip, working to keep the side body square. And now reverse the circle. For 2. Last time. And now we change sides. Back, up, and around. You can also take these lying down on the mat. You can do this lying down on your side. Reverse your circle. But we want to get a little bit of heat going here. So this is a great way to do that. Nice, let's sit back onto our heels. Toes can be tucked under or they can be long. Legs are zipped together for this child's pose. Come all the way up to sit. We're gonna swing our legs around once more and do a seated figure 4. You can also take this lying down. Your right ankle will come right to the top, right before your left knee. We never wanna be on the knee here. And then you can play with the shape. We can keep this pretty compact. That'll be more of a deeper stretch. You can also play with pressing the knee away and turning towards the leg. It's gonna get right into that piriformis glute area that can get really tight. after traveling or sitting for long periods of time. The hands behind you, you can also get a little back extension. We get a lot of BOGO deals in these moves. And then slowly unravel your figure 4, change sides. Breathing easy, nice big breaths. Oof, my left hip is so tight. All right, come through center. From here, let's come to sit in a bit of a triangle position. I'm gonna have my right shin parallel to the front edge of my mat here. My left leg is coming to the side of me, so my shin is parallel to that front edge of the mat. If this is too much, you can always take a cross-leg position as well, and you'll get the same work. But I like this position because it gets into my hip a little bit. I'm gonna lift up and just lower down. I'm just gonna add a little twist here just to kind of get into my hip socket a little bit. We're gonna do a little side bend mermaid. So my left arm is gonna come up to the ceiling, can also come behind your head if you're short on space. You're gonna tip it the waist over to the right, bring that right forearm down to the mat. Really lift the ribs away. You can play with straightening and bending the arms, and then slowly come up, grab onto that left shin, take a counter stretch. We'll take that 2 more times. So you come back around, you side bend over, work on keeping the hips heavy. Feel like you're sandwiched between 2 panes of glass, and come up, stretcheroo to the other side. It's not the scientific term. This last time we'll side bend and hold. Option to add a twist. Rib cage twists towards the right. Maybe your hands come down onto your mat. You work to square this hip away as you twist your rib cage towards the mat. From here, we can kind of play with a little bending and straightening. Maybe finding a little bit of swan at the top. Enjoy that. Find your side bend and come all the way back up. You've made it to the other side. So we find our triangle position or your comfortable seated position, whatever works for you. And we take the right arm up to the ceiling, side bend over. And if you're doing the reverse as me, totally fine. We do both sides. Get really long in that side body, create space between the ribs and the hips, and then side bend over. This always feels great. Getting a little extra length in that side. We're gonna add our little twisted swan situation on this next one. So you can turn, and you might have one side that's a little bit more enthusiastic to move than the other. Totally normal. This side's definitely my more enthusiastic side. So we're gonna bend the elbows a little bit and straighten. So you're working to square the shoulders and draw this hip back a little bit more. Lift up, open the chest, come back into your side bend, and come all the way up to tall. We're gonna come to stand, and we're gonna take 3 forward folds to close. Taking a comfortable position with the legs. From here, arms, if you don't have the space to kind of take your arms up and around, you can just reach your arms forward, drop your head, and forward fold over your legs. Take a big inhale. Big exhale, roll all the way up to tall, bone by bone. Enjoy each piece of your spine stacking. Feel like you're growing longer and taller. 2 more times like that. Roll all the way back up. 1 more time like that. Bend one knee. You can take a couple of circles, get a little ooey gooey. And then slowly roll all the way up to tall. Draw your shoulders back. And I hope this left you feeling a little bit more refreshed. Stay tuned for more of these. Check out the playlist somewhere on the screen here for more Con-Goer Guide to Happy Spine classes. And stay awesome. Have a great convention weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye. Welcome back to class. Super Saiyan Sarah here today with the Con-Goers Guide to a Healthy Spine. This is a series inspired by your full convention journey from Con Crunch all the way through to that final moment at the hotel where we've finished our weekend and we are exhausted. So I have a series of videos that you can take with you as we kick off convention season to help you stay energized, stretched, mobile, and just overall feeling good for your very exciting but sometimes very physically taxing convention weekend. Our fourth video is inspired by the morning of the convention. It's day one. Hopefully we've gotten an okay sleep on the hotel mattress and we're energized and ready to go. This series of slightly cardio-inspired movement is going to help you just gently energize you and feel really great to step out there and have a great weekend. All right, let's get started. This is inspired by dance isolations that you would do in a dance warm-up. I find that on the day of the convention, I pop on my favorite music and it's nice to get a little rhythm in. So feel free to do this with your favorite music on as well. We're gonna start with our neck and work our way down. So here, we're just gonna take the head back and then bring it forward. Within a range of motion, that's not painful, but you're also getting a nice stretch. Let's go 2 more times. Last time, come back through center. Bring the hands behind your head. Final stretch here. Drop the forehead. Hold the elbows towards your face. And just let gravity take the weight of your hands and enjoy that stretch. Now lift your chin. Open your chest. Find a little good morning swan to the sky. Long back of the neck. One more time like that. And lifting up. Coming back through center, arms down by the side. Just take one ear to one shoulder. Keeping the shoulders square and even. They don't get to lift with us. This is an isolation of your neck. This last time, I'm right ear to right shoulder. Turn your gaze towards your armpit and just take a big inhale. And exhale, bring your ear back to your shoulder and come up, change to the other side. Gaze down towards that left armpit. Come back through center and come up. Now 3 big head circles in each direction. I'm fine if you take the whole body with this. We're waking up. We're energized. Just find what feels good. Or what the music is telling you to do. Come all the way through center. Start to draw your shoulders back. Create big shoulder circles. And now reverse your circle. Just getting into that back. Now from here, take your arms in front of you. Hands can be in whatever position. You're gonna round your spine away. Separate the shoulder blades. And then with wide arms or cactus arms, go in the opposite direction. We contract and extend. 2 more times. Last time. Arms stay out to a T. Take your right arm overhead, side bend over. Come back up, change to the other side. And change. And change. This time, come over into your side bend and hold. Maybe bend the elbow, bring it to your waist, pulses over and over for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming over to the other side. Pulse, pulse for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your arms back out to a T. You can also bring them to your shoulders if you're short on space. You're going to twist to the right and come back through center. And twist and come back through center. Now we add on. You twist. Dive towards your pinky toe, saw it off. Come up in your twist and center. And twist. And reach. Come up and center. 2 more times. And up and center last time. Come up and center. From here, arms come down by your side. We're going to come into a little hip circle. So you can bend the knees. Just open the hips up a little bit. And then reverse your circle. This is just fun to do, period. Now come through center. We're going to find a wide squat here. So I'm quite turned out. My hands are going to come to the insides of my legs. And I'm going to take a little rock here. And then I take my right hand to my right knee, twist a little bit, maybe add a little rhythmic bounce, and then change sides. Take that again on both sides, or meet me in a wide leg forward fold. Nod your head yes, shake it no. From here, we bend our right leg and change. And right leg and left leg. And if you want to add a little hip, go right ahead. Keep the head heavy. We'll come back through center in 2 and 1. 3 times. Bend the knees and straighten. For 2. Last time. Now from here, roll all the way up to tall. Draw your shoulders back. Walk your feet into center. We do our standing abdominal series, starting with our single leg stretch. Arms can be out to the side, to your hips, or most challenging behind your head, which I'm going to take today. Single leg stretch, the right leg lifts up, our spine doesn't change, and lower down. And change, and lower, and change. Change, keeping the spine nice and lifted. Press the floor away. For 2. Last time. Now double leg stretch from here. Separate your feet into your Pilates stance. You're going to find a round spine over your legs. Scoop your abdominals away. Think of that contraction we did. And then come back up. Maybe find a little back bend at the top. And then round the spine, come down. And take it back up. 2 more times. And lift. Last time. The ante gets up to a ton. For scissors, hands come back behind your head or to your balance position. From here, little test. Single leg stretch. Extend. Lower the leg down. Change sides. Extend. Lower back down. Keep bicycling, or just take the straight leg up and down, and up and down. Option here to add a pulse, like your classic mat scissors, and pulse. 2 more times. Woohoo! Last time. Separate your feet so that they're under your hip bones. We go for a good morning stretch, aka our lower lift standing. So from here, this looks like your deadlift. You're going to softly bend your knees, slide your booty back, find a long flat back as you lower, and then squeeze your glutes, find your hip extension, hold the abdominals up, back to your start position. You can keep the hands behind the head. They can come long by your side, or you can take them to the ceiling. 2 more times. So now we're in a longer, harder to hold position. 1 more time. It's fun to have a camera because I can see what I'm doing. Bring the hands behind your head. crisscross, just like your single leg stretch, except you twist towards the knee and lower and change. You can take this slow or play with a faster pace and change. That's harder. And change. And change. And change. This last time, change and hold. From here, play with the little extension of the leg and bend it back in. 2. Last time, lower down and change. And it extends. Kick the camera. 2. Last time, lower the leg down. Take your arms up to the ceiling. Interlace your knuckles. Maybe separate the legs. Side bend over. Find a long, flat back. Drop forward fold. Flat back on the other side. Side bend up. Come up to the ceiling. We take it to the other side. Side bend over. Flat back. Forward fold. Flat back. Side bend. And lift. Bring the arms down. One final forward fold here. You can keep the legs wide or bring them together. We'll eventually meet with the legs together, so enjoy this. You could even play with going wider. Lowering and lifting the elbows. Maybe adding a chest expansion at the top. Yeah, I'm warm. Wherever you're at, hands come down. Walk your feet in together. Your hands stay where they are. Getting my limbs confused. Either coming up with straight legs or taking a deep bend at the knees. Stack your spine up to tall, bone by bone. Head is the last thing to come up. Shoulders draw down your back. And that's your little routine. Feel free to play with this. It's kind of designed to be a little bit of a flowy dance. So put some music on, add in anything that feels good while you're doing it, and have an energized morning at the convention. Stay awesome. Bye. Welcome back to class. Super Saiyan Sarah here today with the Con-Goer's Guide to a Healthy Spine. This is a series inspired by your full convention journey from Con Crunch all the way through to that final moment at the hotel where we've finished our weekend and we are exhausted. So I have a series of videos that you can take with you as we kick off convention season to help you stay energized, stretched, mobile, and just overall feeling good for your very exciting but sometimes very physically taxing convention weekend. Our 5th video is inspired by being on the convention floor and needing a little bit of a refresher. So all of these exercises and massages and movements you can do standing on the convention floor. If you have a free wall, you can use that to help stretch. This is designed to be able to do while you're on the floor and needing a little bit of a kick that's not from caffeine. All right, we are on the con floor. I'm gonna imagine in this hypothetical situation for me that I have found a spot with a little bit of wall space that I can use to help stretch. I'll provide alternatives if that's not a possibility. We're gonna start with our feet. Ideally, we'd be able to take our shoes off and bring a tennis ball with us and give our feet a little massage, but that's a lot for a con. So what we're gonna do is loosen our shoes as best we can, untie your shoelaces, give your feet a little bit of room to breathe in your shoes, and we're gonna move our toes a little bit. It's kind of weird, but it's really important for our foot health. So I want you to splay your toes as best you can. So just like you would giving a big high five to someone, open up your toes. Try to separate them and squeeze them in. Feel the difference, create some space. Now we're gonna splay them a little bit and hold. Now from here, what I want you to do is lift just your big toes up off of the floor and keep the other toes down on the mat. And then you change. The big toes stay down, the other toes lift. And then change. And change. It's a weird feeling, but it's really good for your feet. Now from here, play the piano with your toes. Try to get one toe down right after the other, a little flowy movement of the toes. One side for me is better than the other, and then change sides. Woo! It's also quite challenging. From here, play with scrunching up your toes and opening them. And then from here, splay them one more time, and then shake it on out. From here, take a little forced arch of the foot, and then lower down, change sides. And change sides. So we're trying to get into the bottom of the foot a little bit. 2 more times. Last time. All right, from here, let's just circle the ankle and reverse. And then change sides. Circle the ankle and reverse. Let's stretch those calves. So from here, I'll show you without the wall first. This is gonna look like a classic athlete stretch. You're gonna take your right foot in front of you, flex the toes back, soft bend in your left knee as you fold over. So you'll feel a lot in the hamstring, but also working that flex of the foot, you're gonna get a little bit in the calf here as well. If you're able or would like to grab the bottom of your shoe and give it a little pull, you can do that as well here. Changing sides, I'll show the wall variation for this one. You can take your foot right up against a wall and then draw your body towards it. Same kind of feeling, slightly different setup. All right, shake that on out. Moving into our standing figure 4. If we can't find a chair, we can still get into our hips a little bit. You can always hold on to that wall, or you can do this without any support. Entirely up to you. I'll demo both. You're gonna take your right leg, bring the ankle right above the right knee. So we don't wanna be right on the knee here. And all you're gonna do is sit your booty back into a little squat, and you can use your hand to press the knee away from you. You can twist away, you can twist towards the leg, and just open up that hip a little bit. You can sit as upright or as low as you'd like. You can also kind of go between both if that feels good as well. Coming right into our quad stretch, you're gonna bend the knee, grab behind to your foot or your ankle, and squeeze the glute of the bent leg. Find a long, flat front of the hip, work your hip extension. And soften your shoulders here. We don't wanna add tension when we stretch. Let's return to that figure 4 for a final time. You don't have to sit back crazy low. We're just gonna take our hand, or both of our hands, and you're gonna massage your calf. So I have my thumbs right before the meat of my calf starts, and I'm gonna give it a little rub here. Sitting in my balance. You can also come up against the wall and kick back and use that. And just massaging in a circular motion, side to side, going in the opposite direction of the muscle fibers. So I'm going in circular motions, and then I'm also going side to side. And take that for about 30 seconds to a minute. If you find a spot that has a lot of tension, you can hang out there for a couple seconds, it can release. And then we do all of it on the other side. Seated figure 4. I'll do this side without any support. You'll sit back, press the knee away. Once again, you can always put your back up against the wall if that's helpful. You can also do this like this. It's an added balance challenge. If you want to stretch and a little bit of a workout, add the balance challenge. Come all the way up. We take our quad stretch. I'll turn to face this side. Once again, keeping that knee close to center line. We don't want the leg to be out here. Hug the center line a little bit more. And then we unravel this. We come back and give ourselves a little massage. I'll hop my way back here, lean up against the wall a little bit, and just move in circular motions around my calf. Calves get really tight when we spend a lot of time walking around. Final things that we're gonna do here are some forward folds. We're gonna play with a couple different variations to stretch various parts of the back and the shoulders and the hamstrings. We got a little bit of everything. So you're going to separate your feet about hip width distance apart. So find the bony landmarks of your hips and find that line. That's where your feet will be. Comfortable position here. You're gonna drop your head and take a forward fold over your legs. This is base one. If you don't want to hold on to the ground, you can grab onto your ankles and just drop the head. Just dropping the head and keeping the head heavy, you'll feel a big stretch through the center of your back. Slowly roll all the way up to tall and take your time. Option two, interlace your hands behind you. Palms stay together ideally. Arms are as straight as possible. Take a forward fold again. Option here to bend one knee and then the other. That changes it a little bit. Or just let gravity take the weight of your hands. To come out of this, release your hands and then roll all the way up to tall. This next one I really like because it gets really into your rhomboids, which are kind of right in between your shoulder blades. So you're gonna find a forward fold stance, grab on to opposite legs, and you're gonna create an X shape with your hands. Change your grip so that your fingers are facing front as well. Now from here, you might feel a stretch here, but you can begin to work to straighten the legs and you'll get a little bit more stretch in that back. And just breathe here for a few moments, keeping the head dropped. Softly bend your knees to release your hands. Bring the left hand to the right ankle, twist. And then we do the same thing. Take that right hand across. Come back through center, roll all the way up to tall. Find a little shoulder mobility here. We'll take some shoulder circles. Take your arms out in front of you, and you're gonna take one arm long behind you, and then the other one follows. And you're just gonna take some big opening circles just to get the full movement of the shoulder. And then reverse your circle. Bring your arms out to the side like a T, little extension, and then contract round away. Little extension, and then round. One more time. Coming all the way back up. Draw the shoulders down your back. One big head circle in each direction. And I hope that gave you a little reset to continue on with the rest of your day. All right, enjoy the con. Stay awesome. Bye. Welcome back to class. Super Saiyan Sarah here today with the Con-Goer's Guide to a Healthy Spine. This is a series inspired by your full convention journey from Con Crunch all the way through to that final moment at the hotel where we've finished our weekend and we are exhausted. So I have a series of videos that you can take with you as we kick off convention season to help you stay energized, stretched, mobile, and just overall feeling good for your very exciting, but sometimes very physically taxing convention weekend. Our sixth video is inspired by end of the day. So just getting home from a long weekend or a long day at the con and feeling physically and mentally exhausted. So please enjoy this slow flow that will help you kind of reconnect into your body and have you feeling a little less out of whack as we head to bed. All right, let's start this movement sequence. So I'm gonna have you sit on the floor. If you have a mat, great. If you have a carpet, that'll also work here. You're gonna separate your feet about silhouette width apart so that they're pretty wide here. We're gonna go for a little hip mobility here to just get into that hip socket, stretch it, move it around, And then work a little chest opener here with the arms. So your hands are behind you, fingertips are facing back, and all you're gonna do is keep your chest lifted and lower your legs over to one side. Doesn't matter what side, we do both. I'm going over to the left, and I'm feeling that rotation and stretch, and then come all the way back around to the other side. Let's take that 2 more times. You can always add in more reps. 1 more time to the other side. And then we come over to our starting side and hold. We're gonna sit more upright into a bit of a 90-90 position. So I'm gonna reposition this leg so that my shin is parallel to the front edge, and then my shin is parallel to this long side. We're gonna do a little glute stretch here. So working to square off the hips as best as possible, take a forward fold over that front leg. Options here, you can really go for it and stretch forward, or you can twist your torso a little bit more towards your bent knee to deepen the stretch. Taking big breaths. And then final option here, we're gonna take this back leg long behind us and turn this into a pigeon stretch. So this can be a very intense stretch. So find the variation that works for you. I'm not using yoga blocks, but you can always bring them to the sides to support yourself. And then flex that front foot to protect your knee joint. Really squeeze the glute of the leg that's long behind you. And you can work this in an upright position. You get a little bit more hip flexor flexibility happening here. Or you can work the more yogic forward fold over the leg. And then once again, you can twist a little bit towards that knee. Nice big opener for the hip. From here, we're gonna slowly come out of our pigeon, back to that 90-90, and we transition to the other side. Same thing on the other side. So squaring off, you take that fold over the leg, and one side might feel more enthusiastic to move than the other. That's totally normal. We are, unfortunately and inconveniently, not symmetrical beings. Let's transition into our pigeon stretch. Once again, lots of variations here. Meet your body where it's at. Especially pigeon can be very finicky. So don't be too hard on yourself. We'll be here. 1 more breath. And then we'll transition back to that center position, coming into a quadruped. So facing whatever you've deemed the front edge of your mat. From here, you can take a couple cat-cow spinal waves, arching the back and rounding the spine. You can also take a few rocks from down dog to plank. Whatever feels good in this moment. And then wherever you're at, we're gonna step the right leg to the outside of the mat. So we're gonna come right to the edge. Your hands are gonna come inside your legs. So it's a bit of a wider lunge here. And then pressing the floor away, take your lunge. Once again, squeeze the glute of the back leg. You can press the knee open here. You can just hang out in your baseline lunge. You can tuck the back toes under and play with lifting and lowering the leg. You can even add a twist with the knee up or the knee down. Lots of options here. I'm gonna also play with a quad stretch here. So I'm gonna take that back leg, bend it, reach back behind to grab my foot or my ankle, and then take a little quad stretch here. What I like about this is that you get a lot of BOGO deals. You get a lunge, you get a quad stretch, and you get a middle spine twist. If you're in the quad stretch, release it. You're gonna change sides. So maybe you come through a plank, maybe you come through your quadruped. Once again, meet your body where it's at. And then find the same variation on the other side. Lots of options here. This is about moving through what you need. Finding that quad stretch. Sides a little tighter. Enjoying stretching. And then release your lunge. Let's all meet with the legs back behind us and finding a child's pose. So just stretching the arms long in front of you. Legs can be zipped together or they can be shoulder width apart. From here, let's thread the needle. Take your right arm up to the ceiling, find a little twist, and then send it long underneath you. Find a gentle twist. And work to keep your hips square here. It helps deepen your twist. Coming back through, we go to the other side. Thread the needle. Big breaths. And then come back through center. Come all the way up to sit. From here, you're gonna bring your knees a little narrower and sit on your heels. If this feels too intense, you can shift yourself forward a little bit to take the load off the feet, but nice big stretch through the front of the feet. They're gonna work really hard for us this weekend, so we wanna make sure that we're giving them some love. I'm gonna tuck the toes under now and sit on my heels like this. You're gonna feel a big stretch through the toes, big stretch through the arch. Once again, you can always lean forward. You can even play with kind of lifting up into a little squat position, a little crouch and curl, and just release the feet a little bit. We're gonna start making our way down to the mat, so however you'd like to get there. I find the safest way is to lie down on your side and then slowly come onto your back. We're gonna stretch the upper body a little bit. So recentering yourself, I have my legs bent, but you can keep them straight if you'd like. We're gonna start with keeping the spine down. You're gonna take your arms straight up to the ceiling. Palms are gonna face you. This is a Pilates series that we do on a small barrel where the upper back is in more of a back bend off of a piece of equipment. If you have a foam roller or would like to incorporate that in, you are welcome to do so. So from here, palms face each other. You're gonna take your arms out to the side, enjoy the stretch, and bring them back up. We'll do this 2 more times and bring it back up. Last time, take your arms just until they come to shoulder height. Bend your elbows so that they look like a little cactus. Stretch the arms behind you and then bend them back to your start position. 2 more times. Last time, keep your arms straight behind you. Your left arm is gonna reach towards your hips, and then we scissor the arms, change sides. And change. And change. Last time. Lift both arms up to the ceiling. We turn this into a circle. So both arms lower towards the hips. They open circle around and bring them back up. 2 more times in this direction. You want the circle to only be as big as you can control it. If you feel like you get stuck, you have gone too far. Move in your mobility. Reach long, circle around. 2 more times. This last time, we'll keep the arms long behind us. You're gonna interlace the hands, punch the knuckles away from you, and I'm fine with you lifting the shoulders here. Bring your arms long down by your side. If your legs aren't straight, you can straighten them for this next hamstring series. You're gonna take your right leg to the ceiling, grab behind the thigh, calf, or ankle, and just give a gentle pull. If you feel like you're shrugging your shoulders and having a difficult time reaching the leg, walk your hands down a little bit. You can also use a towel or a t-shirt or a scarf to assist you in having a longer lever to pull this in. Now from here, we're gonna bend the knee in. You're gonna grab onto the ankle or the inside of the foot and find a half happy baby here. So now the thigh is reaching towards the chest, the knee is aiming towards your armpit, and you get a big stretch in the inside of the leg. Keep those hips nice and square to the floor. We're gonna turn this into a supine twist. You're gonna change your hands so your left hand comes to your right knee. Take that bent knee across the body and find your juicy supine twist. If you'd like to add a quad stretch, that long leg bends, you catch the leg and enjoy some added twist and stretch. Breathing easy. Gaze is turned away from the legs. All right, release your quad stretch. We're gonna go for a more intense chest opener here. So you're gonna take your right arm up to the ceiling. You're gonna bring it down to the floor, and we're going to do a little twist here, taking that left arm into a cactus shape to the outside of the mat. Now from here, you might already feel a stretch here. You can add on by pushing off of that right hand and then taking the leg behind you and enjoying that stretch here. Option here, you can also take this arm up to the ceiling. Bring the hand back down. Slowly unravel yourself back to lie down on the mat. And we go to the other side. Left leg comes in to the hands. You take your hamstring stretch. Maybe you play with flexing and pointing the feet, lifting and lowering the hip. And then from here, bend that leg in, take your half happy baby. Always option to bring that opposite hand to opposite hip to make sure that it stays down. And then we turn this into our supine twist. Changing hands, you come across the body, twist away. You can add the quad stretch if you'd like. Depends on the day for me. And breathe into the side that you're stretching. All right, from here, we unravel our twist stretch. You're gonna take that right arm long or into a cactus shape and press back into your chest stretch. Come back through center, come back to your back. Let's even ourselves out. We'll go for a full happy baby with the hands at the ankles or to the insides of the feet. You can play with keeping the legs bent, or you can play with the straddle, bending one knee and then the other, or the most fun one, rocking side to side. From here, bend your knees into your chest, one hand on top of each knee, circle your knees away from each other. And then reverse your circle. Final thing here, soles of the feet come together, lower them down to the mat, arms can come out to the side, long overhead, and enjoy your butterfly stretch. And that's your series, friends. I hope this was a nice reset. Feel free to hang out in this position a little longer. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.